104 SVG. Like, comment, and share now.
Okay, then. So we are live, as you would have just heard. I think it was pretty obvious. Right?
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about the things that men do in relationships that lead to them ending up killing a lady, hurting a lady, abuse and
Woman not feeling safe.
safe and
She can't buy a drink in peace. She can't go somewhere without being harassed and all the catcalling and the sexual harassment.
and we're also saying, what do women do that make men end up in that state? I think verbal abuse is one. The way how
What's wrong with
women
Michael?
how women talk to men, especially when in a relationship, not knowing how to talk to a man, not knowing how to resolve conflict in a relationship. I'm not saying that this is right, that it leads up to that. A man should know how to keep his calm, walk away from a situation. I think a lot of men don't know their self-worth as well, which is also another issue. You're supposed to know how a woman is supposed to treat you. So if you're not getting that out of a relationship, you should walk away.
But I feel like you're speaking from two sides of the coin. So a comment came in, right? What was the comment again?
Why, when these topics come up, it always narrowed down to men this and men that?
Okay. So this morning we were discussing specifically a woman being murdered, the relationship ending, and a man being accused of her murder. That was the specific topic this morning. So do you want us, or should we now speak about, are women the cause of domestic abuse to women? Are women the reason, are we the reason some men hit us? Are we the reason that we're catcalled? Are we the reason we're sexually harassed? Are we the reason we are sexually exploited? Are we the reason that we are killed? And if we are the reason, I would like for listeners to share, because I feel like I want to leave what I want to say about this for last. Share, what is it that a woman does or might do that would lead to her demise, that would lead to her being 6 feet under, that would lead to her having bruises on her skin, and her being emotionally, destroyed? Put on number two. Right.
Okay, we're current.
So how much of it is a woman's fault? 4301043. That is the WhatsApp number. To call is 4571043. And you can hit us up on our live on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. How much of it is women's fault? What do women do that lead to men hitting her, beating her? Is it what she says? Is it how she says it? Is it how she dresses? Is it the way she moves her body? Is it where she is at a certain time? You guys are the ones who's supposed to be talking during this segment here. And I'm waiting to hear your responses.
I would say verbal abuse. That's probably one of the things, Sometimes man don't like the way a woman, she might give him a hard talk and he can't take it. And he say, boy, let me give you a blow. Oop. I mean, that is not the right thing to do. But that might happen in certain instances.
Yeah. Lano, you have anything to add?
Okay.
You need to just pull your finger across your screen. It's a little cloudy, it's a little cloudy.
Oh, the
You look like you're overcast over there, and we're clear skies. Okay, that didn't help, but continue.
Yeah, that didn't help. Anyways, probably.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Filter.
well, basically, from a crash, it could probably be the mental aspect of it, giving heart attacks or whatever. Sometimes the woman could probably be be quote unquote eating out the man, and then as like 2 days after the man, they say, well, this can't work out. I mean, that'll send people. That could send people off. I'm talking in general now. Ain't talking about man, I think.
Generally speaking.
Yeah,
Man could find out to get a wrong child.
and it could exactly. Yeah,
Find out to get a wrong
no,
child.
no. Actually, if I find out I get wrong,
No, you find out that the child that you've been
Jacket.
supporting for years is not yours. Bap. You just lose it. You lose a fuse.
yeah, but then you
know?
you gonna kill the child mother.
Yeah, you don't know what happens in the state of the man, man.
Anyway, it's true.
You know?
Yeah, well,
Because
I
as again, your ego going plain, you can say, boy, watch how society can look at me, boy. You
yeah,
can say, boy, he's a real nung.
yeah.
you know?
A man come and quote unquote breed again.
Yeah,
That's what you say.
exactly. She might give you a boat. You can take it too proper. It doesn't give you the right to beat her, but then you take it on and you give her two plan. You do something you didn't want to do. There's a lot of
You have any more?
There's a lot
Anything
of-
else that?
The older the better.
Yeah. Anything else that might be the woman's fault?
I feel like this is a trap.
It's not a trap.
no, it's reality.
Some people think that way.
Yeah.
Some people think that women are wicked. Some women are wicked. You know, the song Delilah.
Oh, another thing too.
That's out there.
Remember, right? Right. No, as he bring it up, he could probably have a nice woman at the time, but from relationships before, it's like he always getting played and hurt and them kind of things. So, man, I say, boy, nah.
Okay. Any responses coming in on the WhatsApp?
Yeah, one just came in here. Sometimes man like to treat women anyhow they feel like. To treat women not only they like to give what they can't take back. Women don't deserve to be 6 feet under no matter what. If you're in a relationship and you see it not going good, leave. But sometimes some men don't want to leave. I want to hear.
This is from
Most times man do things to woman and woman will take it and don't say anything. But the time the woman does it, the woman is the biggest problem. As I just say, man can't take but. But we out here being gallus and thing. And then when your woman give you a butt now, you want to retaliate in something and do something
He
drastic.
can't take both again. The
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So here's what I think, right? I
Trap.
think, why crap?
Trap.
Oh, trap. I think when in situations like these where a woman is hurt, right? And I know that it is a very broad topic and there's so many things that come into play here. When women are hurt or injured or killed, you hear some people say it might have been the woman's fault. To me, it comes across as you are negating, you are trying to minimize or completely diminish the man's responsibility as a human being. To respond, not to react, to respond to certain situations in the quote unquote right way. So you are ignoring that he has conscience and saying, oh, why the woman don't do this? Why didn't she do that? She deserves this and she deserves that. And what did she do that led to that? But okay, so you're in a relationship and you are not feeling whole, you're not feeling at peace, you ain't feeling good, you're always vexed, you're always arguing. Why are you still in the relationship? If you realize that it is hurting you mentally as a man, why are you still there? You can't be responsible enough to say, all right, you know, this is not working out for me. This is not in my best interest. This does not make me feel good, and just leave. What is stopping you? What is holding you back? If a woman is being manipulative, is she tying you down to the bedpost and say, you can't leave me? And then you get to a state where you lose control, or you think, you know, ego or whatever other reasons there are, you feel the best decision in that situation to deal with the woman who is probably hurting you is to kill her or hit her or verbally abuse her. So I'm going to swing it back to the men. In this instance here, in this circumstance, I'm going to swing it back to the men. Or you can't leave.
I think men stay around to,
Investment.
yeah.
Cut your losses. If you realize you're getting to
No.
a point
No, but
where
I go say no.
cut your losses.
No, I go
cut
say
your losses.
I go say this. Most men just think of the investment as in like
Cut your losses.
Boy, I done
boss.
build this house here.
yeah.
We done buy this car here. You just going to end up with everything?
And then
then-
jail, or
Some
even death,
man
suicide.
look at that. Some man
Okay.
look at that as the outlet.
Okay, this would be the mentality, right? And talking from a potential killer, however I think,
Uh-huh.
right? The man will be like, boy, I don't invest in this thing here. I don't buy a house. I buy a car, jewelry, clothes is a given, but you know them expensive stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
And then in your mind now you can be like, man, she gonna leave, and then driving another man in my car that I buy, in my bed, in my house that I buy, you know, that whole
And then
mentality.
your
yeah.
future bed will be down in the jail with some cockroach running around your foot
Well,
and using bleaching cream every
I'm
So
day.
the
just saying,
question
I'm
is-
just saying probably how the man would probably think.
But is that right?
It is not right, but it is not right for the woman either.
Okay, so how is it that the guy did not see all of these red flags in the relationship? How is it that he's able to invest himself in that relationship? All right, you don't feel
I don't
good in
think-
it. Why are you still there?
I don't think men just really pay attention to a lot of stuff.
Oh.
That is the issue.
Men, you need to pay
We
attention.
don't pay
No.
attention.
You
We don't
need
pay
to pay
attention to a lot
attention
of
to the
stuff.
red flags in relationship.
What are the red flags from a
We'll
woman
get to
in
them. I bring up like 13 there. 13.
Well, I just come back in. So.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
Nobody knew this before,
Yeah.
but I have it there.
Right.
Some red flags in relationships. I feel
Well, you
as
can
though
pinpoint from a lady that she's not the right one for you.
no, lady and man.
Uh-huh.
Red flag is man and woman relationship. I feel sometimes men don't love themselves enough. I feel sometimes men don't value themselves enough to know that you deserve a good woman. If this is the angle and the conversation we want to have right now, I feel sometimes that happens. You don't value yourself enough. Your self-worth may not be up there. If a woman is verbally abusing you and she's making you feel less of a human being, you deserve better than that. Plenty other woman out there, go and get a look for a better one. But
But sometimes you don't emotionally invested in that person. You know?
go and look for a
might-
better one.
It might sound that easy. But how do you cut ties with that?
It'll be hard. No
how do
doubt
you cut
about
ties with
it.
that? That is the thing.
Yeah, people go through
How do you
grief.
cut? Yeah.
People grieve as well, the end of a relationship.
And I feel sometimes we don't take that process to grieve too.
No. And there's a period you might be back and forth between the individual after you've been so emotionally invested with the person.
Yeah.
Yeah, the back and forth. That's
Yeah, it's not healthy.
it is not.
You
But
know,
it
think-
usually happens actually.
I think that's something that we cannot overlook as people. Mental health. Like holistically, set up straight. Holistically, we overlook a lot of things and we say that they're not mental health, but stress, anxiety, depression, sadness, self-care, passive and active suicide. That's a part of mental health. People think that mental health is just you take off your clothes and you run on the road naked and you're not in your sound mind. You're not operating as a normal, quote unquote, normal person would.
we label you
But
crazy.
all of that is a part of mental health. A breakup, right? It messes with your mental health, mental health. Like ideally, in a perfect world, you should be talking to somebody who knows about these things before doing a breakup so that you could go through the process, because breakup is grief. And you're seeing the person every single day. Make it worse if you're working with them. Every single day. The things that can go through a person's mind. Get some help. It's not just, okay, we're done and you move on. Maybe that might be so in the beginning when you're not so invested.
You know, the ironic thing. In order to get help from somebody, that person who you're getting help from has to already gone through a similar
Experience.
experience.
And
Either
also you
that
have to be
or-
willing. You have to be willing also to accept help.
Right.
Somebody
Yeah,
could
yeah.
be telling you everything that they did, but it's you if you're accepting it. If
True.
you're actually processing it, what
I-
they're telling you.
Right,
Hold on, before
right.
Lana, before you continue. In addition to that, it could be somebody who's actually trained, so they know.
Yeah, no, you see, that's the thing, right? I don't believe in this train, this train
Like
thought.
psychiatrists and therapists.
Yeah,
and
I no, I actually
psychologists.
believe you have to probably go through something, as in to know, to empathize with that
Really?
person. Yes.
I don't think so, but okay. We'll agree to disagree.
No, a psychiatrist would give you a professional,
Reading of yourself.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
if you could actually if you could actually give you a emotion, from their perspective,
there.
as in something they
Oh,
go
you
through
mean
already.
you would talk to somebody who has recovered from situations
right,
like that?
exactly, because they would know exactly what you went through.
Well, the internet is
Uh,
there.
It is there, but
You-
to
I know.
actually speak to a
A
human
one-on-one-
being,
one-on-one will be
yes,
better.
yes.
it means a
We
lot.
have some responses coming in.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
try to.
And not bashing the psychiatrist, I'm just saying that it could be good if you had that experience.
You could have both.
Yeah.
Let's do
Somebody said the court is there to settle things like investment,
both. Yeah, man.
but not the emotional investment.
These
that
therapists is there to settle emotional
The
investment.
court is
too.
there, but the court is ruling in woman's favor.
Not all the time.
Majority of the time, it ruling
Okay.
in woman's favor.
You know, we are-
What is stats?
okay. There's
80-20.
a man needs to remember, woman is their mother, their sister, their aunt. Man need to treat women better, and that's how they're treating women most of. Okay, I think you should probably read that. You would be able
Where is
to.
it?
And that's that one. Right
Oh,
there.
okay.
It's a bit muffled all over.
Okay.
Decide
All
for
right. Man need to remember is a woman. Man needs to remember that a woman is a mother, the sister, and the aunt. So they need to treat women better than how they're treating us. Most of these men nowadays not treating women how women should be treated. And from the time the woman finds that happiness somewhere else and breaks up the relationship, you feel you can do whatever you want to the woman. No man. You don't have that. No man. Oh, it's no man. You don't have that right. You need to treat women how you want someone to treat and take care of your mother, sister, the aunt. Time enough for man out there to treat us women how we should be treated. Women also
Need to know
anyways.
to treat man.
As old people say, house roof cover a lot, and who in the kitchen feels the heat. There's a lot of women going through a lot, and we still don't make anyone know what we are going through. People see us smiling and so on in public, but they don't know what we women face or facing. It's easy to say leave, but Crystal, when you put in your all into a relationship, and then things that you're never looking to happen or find out, you do. When you find out, you will want to leave, but it's not easy when you put in all in a relationship. It's very difficult. I think the more you value yourself, your peace, and your self-worth, the easier it is for you to choose yourself over toxic situations. And it will always be best for the individual, no matter the circumstance, to work on him or herself. And I'm speaking in a perfect world, right? To work on him or herself, to learn to love him and herself first and foremost before you get into a relationship with anybody else. Because you could be going into that relationship with a lot of trauma from your past.
Exactly.
That relationship could actually be major trigger to you. Something that person says might bring back memories of your childhood, maybe sexual abuse, verbal abuse, or whatever. And you don't even know what is happening. But that's a perfect world.
And
And not a lot of people...
I think, that is true. You was mentioning like red flags and those stuff.
Uh-huh.
I think during the process where people date, I feel like we don't really usually date anymore. Where
We
you
don't
get
date.
to actually
We
know.
just-
yeah. Like
you
you actually,
well, let's have sex.
you go out and
Situation.
you talk with somebody. Sometimes you could pick up early signs just from having a conversation with persons, even with their beliefs,
Yeah. Deal breakers.
certain things that like, hey, that is not something I really see myself going down a road. And a lot of people usually break their values, because hey, this person looks nice. They fit my ideal person for me.
They settle.
Yes. And that usually is a problem. It might not affect you right now, but then later down in the relationship, now you have a problem. So it stems from a lot of things too.
Yeah. Breakups aren't easy. But let's get some more responses there.
If a married man and a woman live together and the man tell the woman to move on with her life, she do. But then after he wants to come back in the woman's life, after he told her to move on, she don't accept that. How could that be a problem?
Control. He just wants control.
Exactly.
Oh, why would you tell somebody move on if you want control?
You tell them move on, but you still want to have control over their life. So you're trying to dictate what they do and don't do, even
Yeah.
though they're not your woman.
It goes same for man.
It happens. It's weird, but it happens. It's like ego and
It's like
control.
we done. Why is
Yeah.
the issue?
And there's some people who don't want to see other people, their exes happy
Yes.
because they're not happy with them.
And when they see you good now, they come back in
Talk.
like, hey, I'm still here. How you doing?
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah. Some more coming in
Yeah.
on the WhatsApp there.
That's an experience.
No, bro, it's life. Good morning, guys. I do not believe it's the fault of women, the way they are viewed, valued, treated in our society. As our society evolves, the way we view, value, and treat women in our Vincentian culture remains basically the same. A woman, by our society standards, is the weaker of the sex, and their roles are clearly defined as solely caregivers and not necessarily the breadwinners of the family. Men have always been looked at as the dominant figure, and they have always used that to their advantage to manipulate their influence over women. What could be done is to change our mindset and change our approach in which we, as society, view women, treat them as equal to men. This starts with open communication. Like, what are we doing here right now? Therefore, keep up the good work. We are heading in the right direction in addressing such issues to change the current narrative in our society as it relates to women.
Thank you. Somebody asked, I wonder if the
Yes.
sex that good. I don't know what you're talking about, but let's move on to another comment. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm just reading it.
Yeah, I see we have a long voice nowadays. Lano,
Okay.
check it.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh.
Okay, let me
Okay, so
get
I'm
another
using
one here.
this, and it's showing me that some of what you read were not read. Like the ticks are
Really?
not coming off.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
WhatsApp
think
does that.
women are women's worst enemy in Vinci. It's beyond me as how can women organize and lead a rape rally in support of the perpetrator. It's not correct that if a couple owns together in a relationship, the woman will end up with everything. That's not true. All right.
I have one here. I was once in a relationship, and the first time, Crystal, that man slapped me because he and another woman who have money, they were planning to go away. I find out, and when he was on the phone, I tried taking it away because I asked, do you love her? No. But the night he on the phone talking about love and Crystal, he slapped me for the very first time, and Crystal, right away, I slap him back.
And then you left, right?
I hope she did.
I hope so
Wait.
too. Now you guys are thinking holistically.
Yes.
Let's get some more in. Good morning, guys. We men must learn to treat women better than how we treat them. Likewise to women as well. Sometimes women treat men according to the treatment they go through with other men before. We all have to remember that everyone is not the same. But for me, as long as a woman said no, I've finished.
Now,
I'm
the other thing
finished.
is too, a lot of persons bring other things into the relationship. You know, you probably might be in a-
Baggage.
yeah, a lot of baggage. Like you might be in a relationship with a woman, she was in a faulty relationship with a guy, and she start you're over here being the nice guy now.
Yeah, transfer energy.
You're treating her nice, and you're taking her out on dates. And let's say you have one of those off days where you just didn't pick up your phone and reply to a message that she sent. She sends you a message like, hey, they might want you. It's like, are you for real? Are you for real? Like, you understand where I'm coming
address
from?
in circumstances that I know what
Like,
you're talking about. In a circumstance that you address the issue.
Like,
Okay,
hey.
that's not really cute. This is what is happening. This is how
Yeah.
I feel about it, and she has to acknowledge that. Okay, if she can't say that she did something wrong, I got my business.
Run.
Go by business.
You know,
That
I'm-
is.
A man will probably not look at it like you'll be of yourself.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
and then
that,
it
yeah.
intensifies. You
And
make
then-
investments, and
Yeah.
then it gets
And that's
those
something
hours.
because I don't feel like men, we don't go down to the core of things, you know, we just
Yeah,
brush it.
we don't think into it as
No,
much as
we
women
don't.
would.
We don't.
What's
We
that?
just
You
brush it
take
off.
Things for granted.
Exactly. Yeah, we just not really granted. We just brush stuff
And
off.
then you turn
Yeah,
around and when
because
things
we
get
don't- we
worse,
don't-
you want to blame the woman. But y'all need to be responsible
Yeah,
for your
but-
actions and your decisions
But
as well.
but on the other hand, right? If you take everything so literal, then you will never get into a relationship.
So communication then.
Okay, we have another one. Good morning. I just say if a man and a woman can't get along, leave each other. Nobody else ain't supposed to hit nobody. Like how some woman does it, a man ain't beat her. A woman just say if a man don't beat her, he doesn't love her. That woman is a foolish woman. Love, okay, this is very, love is my and love is a person. Help decipher
Which
that.
one
You're the
is that?
decipher.
Okay. I'm the translator.
Yeah.
He calls me
You,
the translator.
yes, yes.
Okay. Kristen, good morning. I say if a man and a woman can't get along, leave each other, and nobody ain't supposed to hit nobody. Like how some woman to say if a man ain't beat her, he ain't love her. That woman is a foolish woman. Love is me, and love is a person for who they are. You gotta love a person for who they are, not for what they have. Right? Some women love man for what they have these days. It's not love. It's
Infatuation.
yeah.
Infatuation.
No, you just want, was it gold digging?
Yes.
So
Perfect word.
okay, so if a guy realizes or a guy has a lot, reposition yourself to be able to decipher who's there for you and who's there for what you have. I like this response.
What help you could offer here.
Just there to benefit. So it's like a parasitic relationship. You know, like parasites that just suck. Just like taxes, just sucking your salary.
I don't think she can help herself with that. She doesn't. Read the comment, please.
They was actually waiting for that.
You're waiting
she
for a
can-
moment like that? I'm sorry. So jealousy also with fear of rejection. The 8 steps discovered in almost all of 372 killings studied were a pre-relationship history of stalking or abuse by the perpetrator, the romance developing quickly into a serious relationship, the relationship becoming dominated by coercive control, a trigger to threaten the perpetrator's control. For example, the relationship ends or the perpetrator gets into financial difficulty. Then escalation, an increase in the intensity or frequency of the partner's, I think, response or behavior. That's interesting though. You see, it starts with stalking. Speaking of stalking,
You're being
Men-
stalked? You're being stalked?
men, it's not cute.
Who is
Stalk.
stalking you, Chrissy? Let's go.
What is this? Like, what is this?
Intervention.
It's not cute. And some women have to go through
okay,
being stalked.
those are men.
I
Generalize.
speaking, from the seat I'm sitting in here.
Oi,
Nah, generalize.
I remember
On a serious note,
I had a
Yeah.
friend who used to stalk me on Snapchat. Like the person would call the Snapchat, you know, the location thing.
turn it off, man.
Yeah, boy. The thing is like, oh, where are they? Are they home? No, but I see you on then like for them to find out now, they'll call me now on Snapchat. So you could show my location. I was like, oi, chill.
It's not cute. It's a little toxic.
I ran.
I'm
I
telling
ran.
you.
I was like, nah.
A bit
bro.
toxic.
That is
So-
not it.
So
That
there
is not
are.
it.
Did you acknowledge them at first?
What?
The call. You ever answered any of the calls?
Yeah, answer the first call. I was like, oh, I just told I was home. What was it? And then it clicked to me like, oh, it clicked to me like, hey, oh, so this is what you're really doing. You just call me on Snapchat to pinpoint my location. It's creepy.
It's a little weird. I'm not sure if we would have time to like touch on that part
Yeah.
this morning, but
Yeah.
we okay.
We have
some
another quick
responses?
response here.
Okay, go ahead.
Some woman will see red flag like hitting, and the woman will just watch him hitting you and do nothing. Once you stay there, taking the hitting and all the beating, she would stand up and just hit him back.
Yeah. You know, another thing too, they take the red flags for granted and thinking that he will change, and then he says something really nice to you. Oh, I'm so sorry, baby, and I'll do better next time. But he still continues, and you still stay there and then with time, it becomes a survival strategy, a survival mode. So you don't leave because you want to stay alive, because you're afraid to leave because of how he behaves. What is that?
I don't
things
encourage
that
any
people
hitting
go
at
through.
all from either in a relationship,
Unless it's,
outside of a relationship.
That kind of hit, you know what I'm saying?
That is why you just get those phone calls when you make those kind of
Yeah, then
things.
it's phone calls and stuff. All right, so we're gonna wrap up this segment here. When we
yeah.
come back, for those of you who are listening and interested in knowing more about yourself, your relationship, you want to get into a relationship with somebody, we're going to share them on the radio itself, right? Some red flags in relationships. You know, you really should not be just running in without your armor, without your tools. I don't know how you're going to cut wood without a so. And you're going to cut the wood anyway. But you understand where I'm coming from, right? All right, so let's go and come back.